Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Motorsport for some more multiplayer races. Now, for this session, we were in A-Class using German cars. However, they were not allowed to have the race tyres, the slick tyres on them. Now, I went a little bit of a weird way with this one. I opted to use a Porsche 911 GT1 car. Now, this starts off in S-Class and had to be downgraded thanks to a 2.5 litre flat 4 engine, which I believe is the Subaru engine, put in the 911 GT1, which is a bit of an odd choice, and a lot of ballast and very little other upgrades. But the hope was that, at the heart of it, it's a GT1 car. It would still be fast enough. Well, it's a nice spot on the grid for us here at Silverstone. This is going to be an interesting track for my car, I think, because it could work very well in a couple of ways, but it might have some other problems. So, my high-speed grip will likely be very good, my top speed will likely not be very good. So when you combine those all together, we could have some issues. I don't know, we'll see what we can do really with the car. Oh, come on, traction. I mean, there's none of it, basically. We can attack the curbs, I hope, although I'm a little bit concerned about some of the curbs around here. That's some very big adventures. Because, well, this is very low to the ground. We know what the big sausage curbs can be like at Silverstone. And, yeah, definitely a little concerned about what it might do to the splitter and everything. I do suspect my lack of straight line speed is going to hinder me from being able to catch Stevie. My goal, well, I say my goal, my hope is, like here for an example, and the BMW is just going to be very quick. Maggots and Beckett's, we can absolutely send the Porsche, I hope, and make up a lot of time. The old turn one here, I mean, we're quick through it. We're definitely fast through that section, which is good. Our lap time is going to be made in kind of very, very specific areas, and it's areas like this, for example. But even if we get right up to the back of Stevie, which we don't, we're now just going to lose out down here to considerably faster cars. Oh, it looks like Pega may have gone wide somewhere. We're not the worst, like it's not the absolute worst in a straight line, this. Of the cars I've built, this one is not completely terrible for straight line speed. I did dump off as much of the rear aero as I could in an attempt to try and get some straight line speed, to try and get some of the drag off of the car. I don't know, some of the it's one of those things, you dump off the rear aero. Do I regret it in some of the corners? Yes, but then it'll be helpful down the straight. It becomes a very sort of 6 of one, half dozen of the other kind of a thing. We can hopefully be brave through here. I've got to say, for a car, considering this is on, so we're not allowed race tyres for this. Well, considering this is on street tyres, which are not even the best option we've got, this does have remarkable grip. I would love to have this car on sport tyres, but it simply wouldn't be an A-Class. Or I'd have to make it very, very heavy. I can't even remember how much ballast I've used now in this one to get it to sit in A-Class. So, yeah, we don't have anywhere near the tyre grip as some of the other cars, some of the mechanical grip. That being said, it is still very, very good in the corners. Again, considering we are on worse tyres than most of the cars here. Not every car. Some people might have tried to make big street tyres work as a way of saving PI so they can have more power, etc. But yeah, considering we are on essentially quite iffy tyres compared to the field, we still have just insane levels of grip in this one. Unfortunately, I just do not have the pace of the BMWs. There's absolutely nothing I can do about the M1. We will gain, this is the section. This is the section where we're probably going to gain half a second on Stevie if I get it right through here. And this is the thing, is we have to gain this time through here if we're going to stand any hope of keeping hordes away, which I just don't think we're going to be able to do because they're just too fast in a straight line. In fact, Stevie's car is a bit closer matched to mine in terms of straight line speed and grip. Hordes is just much faster than me down here. I haven't got much I can do about the M3, I think it is. Oh, it's at some point just going to outrun me, but for I will hold on for as long as I can, I think, is pretty much the goal here. If we can keep... Oh, don't make any silly mistakes. If Hordes gets past, I don't know if anybody else is going to be able to catch in time. Liam is maybe going a little bit faster back there. Again, we can build a little bit of a margin through these corners. I mean, we can hope, turning in too soon. It has been a while since I've played Forza, and it shows. Definitely a bit rusty at this one. Got to try and relearn everything. A smidge. Oh, Hordes has lost some time somewhere through here, or is that just where our car is monstrously fast? Hordes may have lost some time fighting Liam. Now that would be something I would very much like. You two fight each other. You two fight each other, cost each other a bunch of time, and make sure Hordes is too far away by the end of the hangar straight, please. Don't think Hordes have enough time to get to... you don't know. If they're close enough out of that first section, might be able to get past me on that straight, but it's the hangar straight that is the big concern really for me. Liam is going pretty damn quickly with the blue Porsche. I'm not sure which 11 that one is, but it's one of them. God, I've got to get absolutely every single braking point, every single corner. I've got to carry as much speed as is possible in this, and I'm very worried that I'm going to make a silly mistake, dip a weird on the grass, have a silly spin, or just run wide somewhere. It felt quick through there. Yeah, I mean it has to be every single time. It's going to have to be mighty fast through there. Liam is going to get a massive tow down the straight, although I don't think Liam's pretty similar paced to the M3. So I think what we've got going on, what this is going to morph into, really, is going to be, I have mega grip, Hordes has mega speed, and Liam is a bit in the middle of both of us. Is looking like how it's going to shape up. This is going to be an interesting one for me. I can't match Stevie. We're not a million miles off Stevie's pace here. Like on a good lap, we aren't seconds away from Stevie's pace, but we are just not quite as fast as the M1. And I am much more now focused on almost looking back and making sure we don't lose out to the cars behind, although hitting that inside curb was not a great idea. Just fired my car a little wider than I would have liked it to. That's going to put me maybe into danger down here. Liam has found a way past Hordes. So Hordes' car doesn't like the first sector. That actually might be a better way round for me. So Hordes' car doesn't like the first sector, mine does. Liam's is pretty good through there, and has now got past Hordes, and Hordes is now going to be coming to the sector that the BMW likes a lot. So the M3 is going to be fighting its way back past. I can't, of course, be looking at the battle because I've got this corner to deal with, and I've got to try and get out of this corner nicely, which we have done, although it's not been as good a lap for me. Now Liam is right behind me. See, Hordes wants Liam to catch up to me because Liam will get stuck. Will get stuck behind me a little bit. Liam's going to have a look, but you're not going to... Well, you are going to get past, but you're going to be really slow on the exit. Unfortunately, you're going to really cost me a lot of time, and you're not going to be able to get past into Maggots and Beckett's here. I'm not going to back out of this one. I have got the grip to do this, and yeah. Liam is going to re-emerge on the circuit down there. I think we've lost. We're going to get passed by both of them. Yeah, cool. Well, we fought it as much as we could through there, and there is not much more that I can do as we come off the straight. I mean, we could. They're not quite as far through that corner as I was expecting them to be. And I did not quite have as much room to play with. I mean, we might be able to get back past through turn 1. Through turn 1, turn 2. If I position my car right. might be a chance that that we can get ourselves back ahead. Because Hordes' car is absolutely garbage through here. Thing is, though, even if I do get myself ahead through this one, which, yeah, I mean, we've just got so much more grip, that's easy enough. Well, we're not going to be able to do any defensive against the BMW down here. We needed like a second gap, which we're just simply not going to get. Again, all of this helps Stevie. Not that Stevie was ever really in any big danger. We are going to, well, I mean, we can send Hordes the long way round. I don't think it'll matter. I think Hordes will be passed before we even get to the corner. Can we? Oh, I mean, we were going to go look for a pass to the inside, and yeah, kind of had to change my mind a little bit on that one. We will get the car slow. We actually just tried to get on the power. We just slid it in front of the BMW, but Hordes is going to fight back now on the exit with that straight line speed. Mercedes is going to come cruising past as well, and I'm going to get stuck into Maggotts and Beckett's the worst position to find these cars, because for all the speed that we can take, I'm not going to be allowed to use it, or able to use it, I should say, because yeah, they're going to be very much in the way through here. Can we get past Impega and really compromise their run onto the straight? No, we can't. I think Liam has got second sorted now. We'll need a massive tow down this straight if we're going to be able to do anything. Which is not going to... We need a GTA 5 level of slipstream, really, down here. It's the slight downside of, you know, a large portion of my lap time coming in, well, I'm not going to say one sector, but certainly this part of the lap. Again, by the end of the straight, we've immediately caught up to Impega. I thought about having a big dive. Now, my best bet may not to be... I don't know. If we had a big dive through there, if I fight Impega too much, Hordes gets away. Do I let those two fight each other and hope they stumble over each other? And I will be there to maybe pick up the pieces at an opportune moment later on. I mean, we are hoping for that opportune moment to arrive somewhere, because they're going to fight each other down here. Hordes will go incredibly defensive. And now Hordes kind of wants to see an orange Porsche getting involved here, because if I compromise Impega, that will help Hordes out. Impega really wanted to try and cut underneath the Beamer there. I wanted to try and get past, but I couldn't do it. I just want those two to keep fighting each other. That's the goal. That's the objective for me, is if those two stay fighting each other, it's the best chance I have of sneaking past the pair of them on the final lap somewhere around. It'll probably be into the final corners. The old through goes Hamilton moment. However, that relies on me, A, getting a very good run through Maggotts and Beckett's, getting a very good run down the Hangar Straight. Is it Cops at the end of the Hangar Straight? We need all of this to be absolutely perfect. And, you know, that is a tall order for me, who is far from that most of the time when it comes to racing. So there we go. Longbow is too far back and will not play any part in this, barring a big mistake from me. Pega is all over the curbs through here. Jesus, like the Porsche is like an entirely different class of car through this section. I know it's a road-going GT1 car and everything, but these are A-class cars. And those are potentially on better tyres than me. And the speed we take through that section is biblical. However, we're too far back for Cops, that's fine. We're not necessarily planning on anything here. I mean, if we got something great... will Impega be close enough to have a look? I wasn't quite close. I'm not close enough at the moment to do anything. I don't think we're going to be... Oh, no, we got wheel spin as well. We got wheel spin at a critical moment. Impega is to the inside, and Impega is going to do the pass. I don't think we could have done it. We tried, but I got on the power just a fraction too soon, and we span up the wheels trying to get that change of direction. I think ideally maybe we could have snuck past with Impega, but it would have been a really small gap to be going for. Did not have an answer for the M1. I mean, didn't really have an answer for the for a bunch of, well, I say for a bunch of the cars there. We were in the battles with the low 14s But yeah, the 212.7, nope, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I love that. It's a lovely car to drive. And yeah, good lord, when you're left alone through Maggotts and Beckett's, it is glorious. But was only so much that I could do there. Well, this isn't really what I need. We're quite a long way back here at Brands Hatch. Track that is quite difficult to overtake on. I do possibly have one of the best, the best cars in the field for the overtaking. Although it does look like collisions have got broken again. I don't know how to fix this. I literally restarted my console in between like races and everything, but no, collisions are... Oh, I don't know who I have collisions with anymore. Certainly not the BMW. I mean, we're going to have to, once again, treat everyone as if we do have collisions with them, but some we might not. It's not been the worst start we could have had. We've gone up to 15th place. We know we're going to outturn some cars here. We know we're going to lose out down the straight. That's fine. Stevie may well... we'll have to get off the grass. We will... to the outside of Giraffe here, maybe? Nope. Okay, we'll cut back underneath for the exit. Wasn't quite sure how much speed they were going to take into that corner. That will work for me. There is a 911 off into the side. We will scythe past the SLR there, and that'll move me up into a 9th position. Now, don't do anything stupid. It's very easy to fall off the track at that particular corner. We will carry lots of speed through the turns, but we know we're going to suck. Oh, there's a big spinner back there. I do think the collisions are broken again, which is making life very difficult for racing. We'll come out the final turn nicely. We'll get in the draft of Shadow. We know Shadow's going to pull away from us by turn 1. It's turn 2 or turn 3 we're actually looking for, realistically, an overtake into. Very fast through turn 1. Could we do the old touring car? We're not going to be able to do the old touring car manoeuvre because Shadow's going to have a look at the inside of Gibgob. Will not make that one work. What we might be able to do, I don't have the traction quite. So if you have got the grip and the traction to do it, you can sneak round, you can stay on the outside, the exit of turn 2, you'll be on the inside for turn 3. Ideal, would love to have been able to do that. However, alas, we were just not quite in the right place. Again, a lot of speed carried through here. The traction, it moves around a bit. It does move around a little bit. Maybe I should have upped the rear downforce. I don't know. It's difficult. Up the rear downforce will be even worse in a straight, but then we would be able to make more of the corner grip. Although we can make... So these sort of corners here, we're absolutely beastly in. Mid-speed and high-speed corners is where we are the very best. Low-speed corners, we're okay. But yeah, we're much better here. Shadow and Gibgob are going to make contact through there. I'm definitely going to profit from that if I can. We did have to take a very funky line to try and get that pass done. Did not quite go as smoothly as I wanted it to, but that will work very nicely through there. Okay, they're up to 7th. Car guy leads, don't know what they're driving. BMW is passing the Porsche back there. They're not going to... well, they're going to think about having a look into turn 1, but always going to be very difficult to pull that one off against the GT1. It has just got so much more grip here. We will slow down into turn 2, light up the rear tyres again a little bit, and then try and look forward for ways past the cars ahead, and make sure we continue to build a gap to Shadow. We know we're pretty good, well, if we get it right, pretty good through here. There we go, get on the power on the exit as soon as we possibly can. Carrying momentum, very vitally important to this car. Here comes Shadow. I just don't think they're going to get close enough. They will close down here, but I just don't think they're going to get close enough to really have a serious look at that corner. I didn't get through there very nicely. Drove that a little bit dicey for me. This section is probably where we can make time on the cars ahead. If there's going to be, you know, time to be made, turned in too soon, we get away with it. Yeah, well, I say overdriving a little bit. in the attempts to push and catch Gliska. We're figuring out what this car can do, and sometimes that means we've turned in a little too soon. There is a Dagon meowing in the background. I don't know whether you'll hear it. Hello, Dagon. You want to do commentary? You can do commentary, I'll drive, yeah? That a good... I mean, you can drive and I'll do commentary. Also would be impressive. Not sure it'd be quite as fast, but you never know. Maybe Dagon is secretly a master when it comes to racing games. Hey, we're going to not quite slide off the circuit. That's fine. Got away with it. We did have the grip there. It's really trying not to spin up the wheels in this car. It's really easy to slide it around. We are actually not that far away from the leaders. Like, we've got the pace, we've just not quite got the track position almost. We are dropping Shadow very slowly and catching Gliska very slowly. I don't know when we're going to pass Gliska or Longbow or any of these cars up ahead. If there is a way to find any progress forward, I don't know where it's going to come. Gliska is faster than Longbow in a straight line, I think. I mean, where will we pass? It's... I mean, it may almost be a wait for them to fight each other. We know we can gain a lot of time through here when I get it right. This lap around, not quite get it right. Got a little bit wide again through there. We will survive, even with a big kick of oversteer. Longbow has gone a little bit wide. This might be the invitation that we need. We're going to be on the wrong side for the final corner. And as much grip as I have, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull that one off. Oh, Gliska, I think, put a wheel on the grass and got sideways. We've now started fighting. The leaders are going to pull away a little bit. Longbow and Gliska both made mistakes on this lap. I've carried a lot of speed into turn number 1 and then had to immediately bail on what I was doing as it got quite clear we were going to have problems. We may well be able to pin Gliska to the inside down there, which will then give us the inside through here. We can just kind of park the GT1 where we want to. Oh, Longbow's gone off in a bizarre manner there. I don't know whether they were too busy looking back or something. Unfortunately, the downside for me is now getting caught up in this is, we really just no collisions. Well, that's cool. But I also don't trust that they're not just going to suddenly come back on at some point. Gliska is to the inside. Oh, man, there are the collisions. Honestly, I thought we tucked in behind Gliska, and it just decided, no. So some cars have got collisions, some cars just don't. Awesome. I mean, as far as I did think we had tucked back in behind Gliska, but because there were just no collisions with the cars, what should have been a very innocuous bump actually just fired Gliska off. Lovely. Forza, everybody. That's a real shame. I don't know how to fix this. As I did an entire console restart, game restart, lobby restart, the whole works. This is the second sort of race from this lobby, and collisions have just completely and utterly given up. Which has completely ruined the race in some regards. And like, we try to race, as fairly as we can. Forza just doesn't care on this one. You've got that one a little bit too crossed up on the exit there. Can we chase down Longbow? I think our cars are quite evenly matched. It's evenly matched when they're allowed to be. Well, I say not allowed to be, when we're not in traffic and so on. I lose a lot of time stuck in traffic, whereas Shadow, for example, won't lose as much time stuck in traffic. Yeah, it's not really worth going for... the difficulty with Shadow is it's not really worth going for a dive there, because I'm going to out-turn you and out-brake you, so you just lose a load of time. Your best bet for passing me is probably get a really good exit out of the final corner and pass me before you get to turn 1. That is probably your best shout at clearing the GT1, because the rest of these acceleration zones just aren't long enough, and I've got so much grip into the corners. It is a very nice run though through the final turn for me, which I'm happy about. We just build enough of a margin that it's difficult. We've got one more lap to go. One more lap to fend off from Shadow to maybe try and catch Longbow. Oh, that was like millimetres away from a wheel in the sand trap there. We will get ourselves through turn 2. Longbow slides the car. We don't quite slide the car, but it was on the edge. Now, get on the power. That was nicely done through there. Shadow's wide. That helps me out. There's not a huge amount of grip out there in the grass and the dirt. Longbow's actually turned in a little bit too soon there as well. But we're not going to be close enough. This time around, we're not going to give Shadow an opportunity to go to the inside because it's the final lap. They will probably try a little bit more. Not going to be close enough. So yeah, you might be a little braver under brakes in the final lap. We've set it up quite nicely. I could have been braver through that corner, but not quite got it right. Longbow is under pressure here, but even if I catch, where do we pass? It would have to be the final corner. I have been a little wide through a few of these turns through here. I've been a little wide or a little cautious, just not wanting to make a mistake. Aware of how close Shadow is behind. Longbow dipped a wheel on the grass, on the dirt. I mean, it's... I say it's not going to really matter because I think we can just end up driving through each other there. Oh, almost binned the car. We're going to, well, unfortunately, we're going to lose out on the drag race to the line. Not quite. Oh, not quite. I think it was 6th was what we were getting. Yes, it was 6th. Bloody hell. It was a really good race. It was a really, really good race. Ruined by some bad collisions for Gliska, which is really unfortunate. It was a close battle up at the front. Carguy, Hordes, and Pego were all having a very, very close race from what I could see. Don't quite know what we could have done. Our lap times were there or thereabouts, to be honest. 33.1 from us. Yeah. Funnily enough, the GT1 car was pretty good. Around there. And just Forza collisions were being Forza collisions, and yeah, there we go. I'll take it up 12 places from what was a difficult spot on the grid. It was always going to be tough, I think, for that, but it was a lovely car to drive. I mean, I like this Porsche. Funnily enough, it's a very, very nice car to drive. It had a huge amount of grip, as I said, despite the fact that it's being on street tyres here, it still had more grip than just about anything, pretty much. Yeah, okay, it lacked straight line speed. That was always going to be the downside of this one, of course, but it was a wonderful car to drive. And, you know, even on a longer track like Silverstone, it could be very fast over the course of the lap, but it does sort of rely on having clean air in the right places. However, yeah, it was cool. It was different. No one else went down this slightly mad route. It's a bit of a different choice, but it was fun. Had some good races with it, and yeah, I very much liked it, even if it is a weird thing that I made here. That though is going to be it for this video. If you would like to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the versus the community sign up section, and you can register to take part in there. That though is going to be it from me. Until next time, goodbye.